Yes. Hello. Hello. Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, January 23rd. It's really 2:04. So I'm late, but let's be honest about it. I'm sorry. And I also made myself God, you can't really see it. I made myself an epic sandwich. You know when you start to do something and it's just like right? You're just like, "Oh shit, I'm going to do this and I'm doing it right." So, I don't know how I'm going to close it. Thanks God. But it's cucumber that I try to slice so it'd be like easy to close. Fiji apple organic, Irish cheddar cheese, cracked pepper turkey, two kinds of mustard, Dijon and the stone ground, Italian, like white bread, cucumber, mayonnaise. Yeah. So now I have to put this together. So, hello. I'm so excited to see people. Hello. Hi. Hey. Persian cucumber. Hi. Hi. I'm so excited to see you guys. So what had happened was I had a great week where I got to host a fun event for the Hollywood Fringe Festival, which is the theater festival here in Los Angeles that I love, and I got to do my drag character I haven't done in a minute. I was going to do her before COVID happened, and then COVID happened, and then I did other things, and now I got to do her again. I'm going to take one bite, but don't worry, this is not a mukbang, but I got to try this now in front of you. It's too big. Shit. I can't eat it. I'll tell you, the proportions are wildly off. Wow. Yeah, you know what? That bread I cut is a little awkward and big. I couldn't fit in my mouth. The cucumbers are sort of like not done like that. But learn from my mistake. So after I had, hello, hi, hi. Yeah, I'm so excited to see everyone. After that event, I was really tired. I stayed home, but I watched everything except for True Detective episode 2, which came out Sunday. Unfortunately, I cannot watch that because I don't know for sure if I was watching that with my dad and I want to make sure that he doesn't think I'm like leaving him behind. But of course, 90 Day Fiance, I'm up to date. Love After Lockup, I'm up to date. Then I did watch episode 1 of American Nightmare. That docuseries is crazy. And episode 1 for DocuSweeties is already live and on YouTube. I made it public for YouTube, by the way. So, yeah, the DocuSweeties YouTube, I'm going to start to try and build out more. We had to get like a strong footing first in the podcast space, but we want to grow that as well. So, if you want to see a full episodic recap of American Nightmare, episode part 1 is called The Boyfriend. That is on the DocuSweeties YouTube. So you can watch that, or you can just listen to it. Having said that, I also dived headfirst into the Scottish rivers. You know, Scotland is actually surrounded by an ocean, the Scottish Ocean, the Scottish waters, of The Traitors season 2, which is on the Peacock. Sorry, Peacock? I sound like an old person. It's on the Peacock. I'll tell you right now, I just had to sign up for Peacock, and I can't believe it. And for some reason, every time they kept saying Peacock, sometimes I would hear Paramount Plus. I cannot believe I have to sign up for all these streamers. So, having said that, have you guys watched that? Has anyone watched The Traitors? It's Alan Cumming, and it's a version of Mafia, which is like a party game that I played in my youth. I love Mafia. And it was called, okay, so yeah, this party game, Mafia, which is what The Traitors is based off, also has one other iteration. I forgot that people use like it's almost like a folklore game, which I love. It's always very fun because I've always loved Big Brother too. So I didn't know that season 1 happened, and I'm also, like, kinda sad I didn't know season 1 happened, so I ended up joining Peacock, diving into season 2. There's 4 episodes up. I'm obsessed with it. It's like there's a bunch of different reality show players. It's like housewives, and that's like Larsa Pippen and like Phaedra and Sheree and Tamra and not a housewife, but because of the Bravo connection and the Rich connection, MJ from Shaw's of Sunset. And then there's like a bunch of like Survivor people, and then there's a bunch of Big Brother people and other people. There's like some Love Island people. There's a Bachelor, like Peter. So from Big Brother, there's Janelle and shit. I think Dan. Is it Dan a Big Brother player? I forgot. I don't understand. I don't know Dan very well. There's Survivor, and there's also one more. What's that motherfucker from? It's there's like so many of the competition ones. I didn't realize that. Yeah. Oh, the challenge. Then there's all the MTV challenge people because it's like, okay. So then there's like CT and Trishelle, which is crazy. Okay. I knew that it was from I knew that they had like repositioned the show from another nation. I don't watch Traders. It's an original Dutch show, and the cast is irritating. The presenter is a dweeb, so no for me. I'm assuming you mean the Dutch version because obviously Alan Cumming is amazing. I mean, I've loved Alan Cumming. He was like a 90s movie god, I like loved Circle of Friends. I loved Emma. Alan Cumming made a career in the 90s of just the creepiest, grossest guy next door who always wanted to fuck one of the lead girls who are always like, absolutely not. Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Which is hilarious. He's like, fabulous and, a Broadway gay icon. I remember, so he did those movies and he did like Spice Girls movie, like all of these like huge, huge movies for me. And then, I think that also he was the original MC in the revival of Cabaret that Sam Mendes directed with that lady that passed. Natasha, not Leone. Stop saying it. Mind. Oh, God bless. God bless that beautiful woman whose mother is Vanessa Redgrave, and right? Let me look her up. God damn it! I can't believe I'm blanking right now. Cabaret original Broadway cast of the revival, because obviously. Shit. It's 1998, they say. Natasha Richardson. I'm so mad. Don't ever tell anyone I got that messed up. I'm really mad. Natasha Richardson, who's also Broadway, theater, London, West End, like royalty, and, did a play and then fell in love with one hot ass Liam Neeson. And then they got married. So, and then she passed away in a horrible skiing accident. And I'm surprised I took up skiing after that. Anyway, so I love me Alan Cumming, and the Traders is great. And he gets to just like wear these, like, it feels like Alexander McQueen, gorgeous haute couture outfits. And I get to watch people be like real bitchy to each other. There's this one boxer who like is so sweet. He keeps crying. Sorry, also, I live in a major metropolitan city, so if you hear parking stuff and everything, I can't do anything about it. Okay. I haven't watched Prison Brides yet. Wait, it's good? Love in Translation was horrible. Okay, so yeah, I'm into that. First 4 episodes dropped. Because I'm so into it, I am gonna, I think, record an episode with Kate Casey tonight. Do you guys listen to Reality Life with Kate Casey? She's awesome. To give her a little like rundown of my thoughts. I'm pumped. So yeah, what are you guys watching? Did you watch American Nightmare? Did you watch True Detective before I jump into the 90-day stuff? I really want to talk first of all, about Single Life. This was a boring episode, and why it was boring is because it had no Natalie. And I also cannot believe that we had an episode called Tyree's first date, which was not a first date, as supposedly no one showed up. And now we just have ceased to listen to like watch that person. We don't know what's happening with him for 2 whole episodes. I think that's rude. What do you guys think of this Jamal Veronica relationship? Like when you watch Veronica on Single Life, supposedly in a relationship that's going somewhere with one Jamal, are you guys like, wow, they could really work it out. This is real. They would have, this seems genuine and long lasting. I can't, it's almost just, yeah, it's almost too much to believe unless I live in a world where my perception is off. And because I feel like their energy is so mismatched, I'm surprised they would even hang in this long. But is this me being pessimistic and also perpetually single myself? Because when I see these people, I'm like, that's not real. They can't be real because the energy seems so like no one would do this. Like, I can't believe, unless it's fake that and it's written, we're going to have like a scene where like Veronica in very much mom leggings, like she's traversing around Westlake Village, or like think of the upper white, white class, whatever white, and then whatever, I see white class all the time. I really meant like white collar upper class. But like also suburban, that kind of white woman who's just like going around a Range Rover, ranging around rovering around her range, honey, in like colored workout pants, and she's not sweaty, and she's not going to work out later because she's going to pick him up and she's going to take off those pants. So it's so confusing. Why do you even put him on in the first place? Jesse J. I finished American Nightmare over the weekend. It's a crazy story for sure, but did it feel extra dramatic to anyone else? Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. To me, for sure, it felt dramatic, like in the storytelling, hearing, Aaron do it. I was like, I don't know if I believe this when it first came out as well, but also because I came off of Natalia Grace, which was one of the more like circus-like storytelling of a docuseries in my life I've ever came to watch. This one seemed mild in comparison. I think they're faking a relationship to be on TV. I agree. But the funny thing is, yeah, I guess they're both like, we're too boring to consider being on the single life by ourselves. So if we come together like Captain Single Life Planet, we can both be on. Otherwise, they were going to give this to someone else. But you know how like, but Johnny Handlesticks, Johnny of Thais and Patrick doesn't have to be in a fake relationship. That very much seems like a real relationship that he's in. And when I mean real, I mean that he wants to be in it. And whereas I do think it's not in the stars for that one, I do feel like it's real. I don't, yeah. Veronica and the Jamal thing just seems so fake. I almost like don't want to give it energy. And also just like it's kind of cringy and embarrassing for both of them, because neither of them come out looking authentic, genuine, idealistic, romantic, sexy, or any sort of like positive aspect when it comes to love. You know how like Debbie is living her life and Debbie feels hopeful, positive, like, and you're like, I can see, how she might get down. That radiates from like an authenticity, I feel like, that she's giving, even if her scenes like with her son are fake, or maybe he's going to Miami and that's like fake or whatever. But just having these kind of like boring people try and give us fake things is unwatchable. Yeah, the recipe is getting a delightful or crazy or entertaining figure and then let that happen. Like, I guess so, yeah, with Natalie, she's not on this episode. I don't necessarily believe everything with Natalie and Josh. She is so watchable and she's so crazy. And I do appreciate that this Josh person came into her own life not through the show. Like, it isn't like she's like, "No, I'm dating um Caesar." Could you imagine? I don't like Jamal. I wanted to like him at first. Yeah, he really gives fuckboy energy. He really just kind of comes off as like overly bitchy, overly negative. And also like, again, this is, in what world would you be in a relationship? And this is, again, tell me if I'm wrong, and because I'm single, this is my opinion. What world would you be in a relationship with someone who lives in a different place that you could not ever imagine going to? And this person has a child and a whole life and is older than you, and you're like months into it. Don't we live in a world now where like we need to save our energy? Like, if something's not going to happen, like, we don't do it. Like, what is he investing time in besides being on the show? And I will tell you this right now, that I do not understand what this sentence means, Shay. Chris, can we please talk about Rob's butthole on OnlyFans? I did not know Rob's butthole was on OnlyFans. This is me finding out today. I learned that Rob has an OnlyFans and his butthole's on it. I think I knew that perhaps Sophie did. Is it on Sophie's channel? Honey, his butthole? Wow. You know, yeah, it's just always I love you. Thanks, Adrian. Oh my god, look at that. Is that a dog? Oh, I'm dead. I try and look this up now in real time? I can't show you. I'm not going to show you porn, but let me see if there's like a sarcasm. Now I'm going to look up, and this is well, they'll come and get me. Rob's butthole. God, butthole. OF 90 day. Ay, ay, ay. I haven't seen anything about a butthole yet. I'm so mad I had to look it up. Let me look up Reddit. Feud between Rob and Statler. What's up with this dirty? Oh no. Here's the Reddit forum. Now wait a minute. What does Rob do for work? This is a Reddit thread. I feel like most couples have at least one mention of a job or career they're in, but did I miss Rob's? Can't imagine a 32-year-old grown man living in a defunct restaurant with an outhouse has that many career prospects. Oh my God. First of all, I did not know this. And I'll tell you, as we recorded this episode, I think on DocuSuite, which already is released, I was like, yeah, why? I think I was like, we're in episode 14. There's not one mention of Rob, like, even trying to get a job. And I was confused by that, only because there is so much talk of him not having enough or wanting this or wanting that or whatever. And I'm like, well, what's happening for him to like move on and like kind of upgrade? This is not me talking. This is me in real life looking up this Reddit thing. This is the top comment. It says he was selling gay for pay on OF prior to the show. There's 153 like upvotes of that. Someone else says K. What? Spanish. Straight up Google Rob Warren, WARNEOF, and go through the searches. There's a gay porn forum that leaked his pics. I wish I didn't see his boo hole. I was not expecting that. And then someone said, you never been at the bottom. Oh my gosh. These Reddit, oh my God. I mean, sex work is, you know, uh, totally fine. It's just, yeah, I did not expect this, or I didn't understand that this was, for some reason, the hole is there, like on the first search result that isn't the Facebook or Instagram. I jumped on the grenade and the stories are true. Straight up, I saw another thread where people were speculating, another person confirmed, and I was like, okay, oh no. It was like 3 clicks from a Google search. What a world. I'm the one who confirmed sup. Oh my God, seen him stuffed with a butt plug. Things are ruining my life. There's enough internet for me today. And people are just like, this was 5 days ago. Oh my God. I do not want to see it. I absolutely reading the comments is like absolutely enough for me. What's wrong with his butthole? Nothing's wrong with his butthole. Nothing is wrong with his butthole, honey. I guess, yeah, I didn't understand that I mean, that makes sense, but then it doesn't make sense. So yeah, I mean, he's not good enough at OF. He can't sell booty hole pics to like have enough money for rent. It just always, I mean, that's sad. That's even the sad, I guess, is that we didn't know what he was doing for money, and now we know for what he's doing for money, but he doesn't have enough. But he still doesn't have enough money. I haven't done OF, or obvious. I haven't done OnlyFans or like any sex work in that way, unless you count the drag queen character that I do, Fancy, who is based on the Southern storytelling song Fancy by Bobby Gentry and made famous by Reba McEntire about a prostitute, where I do try and make money by entertaining and talking about sex. And, what is the line of sex work if I'm talking about sex? Well, I don't know. I guess I'm not selling whatever, whatever, you know what I'm saying. But having said that, yeah, the only sad thing is that when we reread and rehear things in our mind, he said, like, you don't know what it's like to be at the bottom. And then I think that he's showing bottom stuff in the gay way. It is mildly just comical in the coincidental sense of the pun of those words. You know what I'm saying? Wow, I missed you here on YT. Yay! I'm so happy that you're back. I'm so happy I'm back, I guess, too. I haven't been doing it. Wow, what a cute mug. It's like so cozy. He's just self-penetrating? He was just I see, yeah. Nothing wrong with it. He was just self-penetrating. His perineum is fully shaved. Oh, Lord, God bless. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I just want him to, that's fine. But then I still want him to be making a little more money than, I mean, like that's the only, like then we don't, well, the wind is going. We still don't have a bathroom? No. No. I want a booty hole to buy a bathroom. I mean, like, listen, here's the thing. Now he's famous and he is good looking. He is a good looking man. I didn't understand just because he's so good looking and of a perfect age and of a perfect look in the sense of like being super commercial and, ethnically ambiguous as the early aughts told us commercial actors to be. I always just wondered why he wasn't making bank in like print work and commercial work. Like that fucking face, like he can do whatever he wants, but Rob can be, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I mean this in a very cha-ching way. Rob is ideal McDonald's cute, cool Mickey D's type Coke. Oh God, you don't believe? This whole thing where now YouTube or StreamYard or whoever's doing this will just give me emojis based upon whatever they think I'm doing is just a crazy icing on top of streaming cake because I always feels like it happens in like a universe telling me some sort of like bullshit way. But I think that I'm right here. It was always interesting that he could not make money commercially when he has the look of the gods. Like he's hot, he's in shape, he looks ethnically ambiguous, he has cool hair, he has a cool vibe, like in the sense of if you just saw him, and of course, if you hear him, what could ever happen, it goes downhill. But like, having said that, if that didn't work out for him and the OF did, God bless, but it doesn't feel like what I'm looking at that the OF also worked out for him. We don't know like how many pics he did. Was him setting up his account? Like how much was he uploading? So you can be on a gay website and then get mad because Sophie says she's bi, huh? Make it make sense. What I want to know is now I want to go back in time and see what the fuck happened between Statler and him. Do you guys know this? 5 days ago. Okay, so it references this pic, which is on Reddit, which is not a butthole pic. I should have told you right away that I wouldn't just do that. Okay, but it has a pic of him and it says, wow, swipe right to see his next story. Apparently he's mad that Statler digged heavily on him. Check out his story on Instagram. What do you think about this? So he says, I can literally explain everything in my life. Only a bitter, jealous person would put so much effort into discrediting someone. Statler is not the only one out there either. I literally had to ask my mom if I was related to a Jim or Donald because my family is not close like that. We moved to someplace in Kansas, which is a small town near Overland Park. Or whatever, Overland, yeah, whatever, Kansas. So Statler just said this. Just did a deep dive, hyper focus into Rob's upbringing, went down a rabbit hole and ended up on his mom's Facebook page. He grew up in Overland Park, Kansas, which was listed as one of the top 3 richest cities in America. And looking at his family pages, he lived on the streets or whatever he said. His uncle is Jim Warren, former program director at San Diego State University. And other uncle is Donald Warren, a co-director at Johns Hopkins. He'd be fine. So they're saying that he's rich? That he's rich? I mean, what? I love this drama. None of these people are rich. I can tell. Come on. No one's rich. None of these people are rich. Chantel, I can't do with Chantel. Like Chantel feels like she's on a completely different show. Reality Gaze had like my big fat Greek fuck trip or whatever, which is absolutely true. Chantel's conversation with that guy over like the Roman Empire and the Greek Empire and Spartans made my brain bleed. And also, yeah, I mean, made me feel like, is this all it takes? No, it can't be, right? I require such stimulating conversation in order to be turned on. It has to be connected. It has to be kind of witty. It has to be either fun, dumb, playful, but dumb in like a smart, dumb way, playful, or just perhaps like what makes me really into someone is if someone says something that makes me feel like they have formed a positive opinion about me and or feel like they have some sort of insight. I don't understand the whole sex tour thing. What's wrong with having a fling on vacation? There's nothing wrong with having a fling on vacation, but she just keeps coming at it, Renee, being like, it's when people are like, and by the way, Debbie has kind of the same vibe, which is I want to go to this place. I love this type of person. This person with their blobbity blues and their bloobity blobs just is like so different, so much hotter than what I get. I can't wait to go to this place and fuck this type of person. That's like feeling like it's a trope and or you know a blanket statement about that type of person. So like it could easily be all the times in which Caesar has gone to Ukraine and being like, I just love Ukrainian women. You're just like, mm, mm. You know, we see it a lot and it feels fetishizing, like where yeah, it's a little fetishizing. And it feels like, yeah, it feels like I that then the citizens of that country become a commodity to you for you to consume. And the idea also feels very gluttonous consumerism American, right? Chantel is so strange. She has to be smart since she got through college. No, no, no way. But she acts really dumb sometimes, so I can't tell if it's an act or something like that. You know, I do think that she's dumb. No, I definitely think that she's dumb. But I do hear you that I do think a lot of women act dumber. So that is a valid question. But I do think she's dumb. Only because I've seen her talk so many times. It's like men with the Asian fetish go to Asian countries and minimizes the person. Sure. Or Spella. Don't want to just make it men. Remember Spella? Thumbs it up. 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 Thank you guys so much for obviously your engagement during my lives. I appreciate obviously everyone giving your opinions. But also if you haven't yet, if you forgot to tickle my algorithm, will you just turn on the light? Turn on the light. See, like right now, why isn't what is this technology that right now I wouldn't be giving myself a thumbs up? Is it because it's too much beige? Why isn't God giving me a thumbs up? And is this a rhetorical question that I have to like really work on within myself? Come on. Thank you. Make sure you do it too. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the Johnny thing with this girl, the timing of it was just awkward when Johnny comes in. He's like, "Yeah, I come in. It's late. She has her daughters. We're not going to see each other." And we're like, "Okay." And then the next morning, we see her run to him in the parking lot, and that's when she's like, "I love you. I missed you." And he's like, "Uh-huh. Nice to see you. You look beautiful." She's like, "You're not going to say it." He's like, "No." Um, it's interesting how judgmental we are. I am because once I saw this girl's eyeliner midday, then throughout the day and throughout the confessional, I started to make assumptions about her state, the state, the state, her state, when and where this eyeliner went on. There's just a lot of suspect. It's a lot of suspicion, I guess, on my part. I'm going to tell you this. Johnny is very open about his partying ways and partying lifestyle. So Johnny is not going to be able to make it work with like, a Mother Teresa type. What an old, like reference. But like he can't be with some soups healthy, like ambitious or super smart all where has all her wits about her and has a wherewithal about her at all times, cognizant person, because he's not going to be able to satisfy that type. Whatever he's giving is being taken by someone who wants, like, to be with someone who's gonna be, like, permanently bloated for the rest of that person's life. How do I say this? They might work, but I don't think they're good for each other, in the sense of I don't think that they are going to, like, have a healthy life in that way for the rest of their lives. I don't know, honey. This feels really bad. This feels toxic in a almost like love after lockup type way. Them togethers feels love after lockup. And I'm not saying she's the one that came from prison. Either one of them could have. The energy is either one. John. John. Patrick's brother. Boston. John. John, who's done a lot of like drinking, partying, cocaine, and then just decides to move to Las Vegas to continue sleeping on the couches of his younger, more successful brothers. Whoever did Chantel's makeup made her look green in her eyes. I mean, yeah, Chantel decided to like turn this into her like, Greek sex trip and decided to bring her friends that are all very loud, mediocre beauty technicians, and then that one friend, I guess that's her real friend. And when I saw the like makeup that she got on, and I know what's in the car, but I could not believe it. I mean, I could not. I do have pictures of it, I think. This makeup, and I know it's not the best, did not deserve a free trip to Greece and TV fame for that person. And I'm only saying that as like, Chantel, you've been on TV enough, you can do better than that. Like, there are people in this world that will do makeup on you beautifully and want attention to be on 90 Day Single Life, who will pretend to be your friend and do a better job of getting you hooked up with like Greek dick if you want that. Okay, 90 Day Fiance going back. Let's do season 10. So Ashley and Manuel, I mean, I'll tell you right now that I watched this episode and I was like, I need to go to Niagara Falls. I don't think I thought I needed to go there sometime in my life until I saw this. I am like, no, what's the word? I'm slow, but also, like I'm a slower burn in the adulthood of my life where I like didn't realize that I liked waterfalls until uh like 2 years ago. I didn't know I liked waterfalls. I didn't know that I had like a kinship with them or I felt like a divine energy. I didn't realize that. Because I'm like from Southern California and even though there's waterfalls technically, I guess around here, like not enough for me to like have known them. I also like am from like a beach area. So like there was just so much water and involved in beach life that I wasn't like straight cognizant of seeking out other types of water. Is that dumb? There's just I mean, yeah, no, it's dumb. I just had my whole life, I just was had so many pools and then so much ocean in my life that I just didn't understand that like there were other forms of water that were so important to have experience because there's like an energeticness about them. And waterfalls was one of them. So I mean, through the screen watching Mount Manuel and Ashley just get pelted in the face with water, I was like, yep, sign me up. Wow. When it happens. When it happens, it happens. That God, you're just like that God's like, "Yep, I want to go to Niagara Falls. Like, I need to go, and I'm gonna go." And I posted about it on Instagram, and then let me read to you. I had a very nice Jenny wrote back. because I was like, well, I gotta definitely do the oops, where is it? I definitely gotta do that Made in the Mist. Jenny said to me, Made in the Mist, which is what Manuel and Ashley does. And she sent me videos and said she also uh loved going to Niagara, but to do Cave of the Winds, where you get closer to the waterfalls. But God, didn't that look great? Also, did you guys see that, not to jump around, from Love After Lockup, that Chevelle got a new wig? Looks great. Do you guys see that? Look, look. There's no volume, so yeah, God bless her. Wow. So, just food for thought. Okay, so, I really wanna go, and something about the relationship I do like, even though it's problematic, Manuel and, Ashley's. It's problematic because I don't know, she doesn't give they don't feel like they are giving each other all the respect they should, uh, and sometimes I wonder what their true motivations are for each other, like, whether he kinda wants a comfy American lifestyle and whether she just wants, like a person that will just fuck her anytime and just, like, do whatever she wants. I just don't quite know. I want to think that they actually love each other. Um, Sam and Citra, yeah, they are a great couple because there's so much woo woo there's so much, inherent conflict that it's, like, wild. I want Okay, so obviously we get a lot of, like, his family posting theirs. They put out fried chicken, mashed potatoes, corn. The family's like, "Oh, this is shit. This is a flavorless shit." And Sam's dad's just like, "It's flavorless shit, I know." You know, uh, Sam has to, like, tell Citra's dad about the fact that he might go back to prison, and the conversation translated by Citra is so wildly off that I'm just like, "Yeesh." Citra's dad doesn't even know what to, like, make of it. Um, I I wanna know more about Citra's sisters being mean girls and being really mean and, like, chopping Sam down, because that is what he promised us, and I haven't seen it yet. I mean, I've seen them talk to the family, but it's so funny, like, maybe that's what he's talking about? Obviously, we know that Citra's sister and Sam's brother are now, like, engaged, which is baffling. Baffles. We were already supposed to, like, believe that they got together through their own love, and now we're supposed to believe that the sister comes and Sam's brother and her are like, You, this whole time, you." That's crazy. I can't believe that. Um, Annalie and Clayton. The Annalie Clayton thing, like, I'll be honest, the thing with the sister feels so wild and so fake that it's almost, like, not worth talking about, but we can talk about that house he got them. Oh my god, did it trigger you? I feel like seeing the house, the fa the decor of the Airbnb that Clayton got for them, to get married at or whatever the hell it's supposed to be, is, like, big with an indoor pool, but the furniture and the way it looks is so specifically a 90s hell to me that I loved it. I loved it. I can't imagine having an indoor pool. But then again, I've never lived in a place where, like, that's well, like, in California, I feel like even the richest homes don't have indoor pools, like, you don't see it. You don't. Like, even yeah, I mean, like, even if I was to, like, go if you were to go on Redfin right now and look up, like, the Pelican Hill, Newport Coast homes of, like, the mega rich, like, $50 million situations and stuff, like, all their pools are outdoors. It's, like, obviously, inducive or indicative of, like, the area that they live in. I think they're in Indiana right now. Is it because it rains so much or it's, like, cold? Yeah, I mean, is that why? An indoor pool. An indoor pool for that kinda home just makes me feel like in the '90s, there was some like, h I mean, someone who was very rich decided to build, like, a mega compound and, like, decided to put this indoor pool in, and then, honey, some shit went down and that person lost a bunch of money, and then fast forward 23 years later. It's cold in Indiana. Yeah. What I don't believe, though, is that Anna Lee not having really any relationship with Clayton's sister would suddenly only care and really only know English enough to ask Clayton's sister whether she was gonna throw her a bachelorette party. Because I don't live in a world in which if I was just going somewhere that I would expect anyone to do anything with me for me. And Anna Lee has done absolutely nothing and no bonding with Clayton's sister. So I can't imagine a world in which she would expect Clayton's sister to throw her a bachelorette party and also have any sort of like specific wants. And in what world can I feel like the only thing that Anna Lee wants in this entire world is a hot piece of stripper ass? It just feels like the producers want an exciting thing to happen. Like strippers are exciting. Like that tongue in cheek of sex work, is exciting. It makes it like, it is that. And so, yeah, I feel like it would have been better to have like more scenes with the sister earlier on and or like to bridge certain things because the sister says, like Clayton's dumb, and that's why she pretty much said Clayton doesn't really plan anything. And that's why, I mean, look at him living with mom. And that was very interesting, right? Because who are we talking about with the eyeliner? Oh, ha ha ha. We were talking about John of Single Life's like girlfriend. I forgot. I went back to my names, but like Danny, I don't know who he's, I forgot. I forgot who the person is that he went to go visit in San Antonio. Her eyeliner. Her eyeliner at not at 11 a.m. was like this, and then also it was wet or whatever and had like marked up here, and then they made her do all the confessions like that. And it's God, it just felt like someone, with a mental state that would do I don't know like that and not check. I don't know. Megan, is that her name? Megan, maybe, yeah. She didn't yeah, she why do I wake up with because she went to bed that way, honey. She went to bed and then didn't even have the wherewithal to, like, check it, went on camera. It's always scary. Um, it would have been okay, so this is what I'm gonna say. So Clayton's sister calls him out as, like, he doesn't plan shit, that's why he lives with mom. And then we have this, horrible, horrible car ride where Clayton's mom is like, "Anna Lee doesn't do shit." Good for you, honey. She doesn't cook American. She doesn't speak English. She's has her lights always on. The dishes are everywhere. She's like not cooking enough beef, not enough burgers for me, honey. Never a burger for you. We're like, okay. Clayton's mom, like, and I just feel like the writing's on the wall. You want me to move out? And we're like, that was an option? Yeah, I mean, probably. And she's like, if I could move out tomorrow, I would. And then so we're like, okay, so you don't want to live together, okay? And then it does feel like Clayton's mom is the needy one in this situation. In that, if Clayton was the needy one in this situation, wouldn't he live in the closet? But if you have a one bedroom where someone lives in the closet, we're assuming that the closet person, well, is grasping at straws a little bit in life. this is the straw that they're holding on to in this moment. And again, Clayton's mom says, if I could move out tomorrow, I would, saying that she can't. Clayton's sister blames his lack of planning on why he lives with his mom, but it seems to me that he is allowing his mother to live with him because this person has no other way. And we would like to understand why Clayton's sister doesn't have a whatever, like a leg in this, a hand in this race. No, Clayton's mom's got to get out. And I think that I'm going to tell you, I think that I can understand if my privilege is if my privilege is talking, but to me, Clayton's mom continually living with her son in a Grey Gardens type hellhole is indicative of a mental state of hers where she is not able to put the good and well-being of her son above her and his life and what he needs to grow as a man. She's not doing that. I don't know how long they've lived together. It's one thing to help a parent, and it's quite another when you are draining on someone who needs their own facilities to take the next step in that person's life, where you might have had that opportunity and it didn't go well for you for whatever reason. But what I'm saying is Clayton's mom needs to get herself like two other roommates in a whatever, two bedroom or something. Maybe she shares a bedroom with someone and they have double long twins in a different part of town. Or if there's senior housing, or is she on all of the things that she needs to be on, but she needs to get the hell out of her son's house. And I feel like, yeah, I feel like it's parasitic behavior. And you can tell me, well, she is going through it and he's helping her, and she needs the help. And it's like, well, I understand that, but there's got to be a time limit. And she is cognizant that her son is about to embark on a huge life transition in his life where he needs all of his facilities. And I mean, literally the facilities of his one bedroom apartment. She needs to get the fuck out. To me, allegedly, this makes sense. She's a hoarder. And if that's the case, she needs to get the fuck out. You need to get the fuck out. You can't just like leech on to your child and think that that's going to save you. I feel bad for Clayton because to me, Clayton's sister knows. Maybe that's the planning. I think the under not said thing is that Clayton's sister knows that their mom is a mentally unstable parasite that will do whatever it takes to not have to do anything and latch on for the rest of her life of, you know, what she can. And the poor planning was the boundaries that Clayton does not have as a whole person because he does not have the interpersonal skills to even work on boundaries. Like, think about how hard boundaries are anyway for someone maybe like you and I that, let's just say, for all intents and purposes, that we've met our best friends. Clayton is someone who had never met his best friend in real life. Me and you, for all intents and purposes, we've hung out with our best friends to the point where we've gotten in fights with our best friends. And then we've had to understand what it's like to love ourselves, to understand our friends, to want this relationship to continue, but to do the best for both of us. It's drawing a line and having a boundary. And in those situations, then you can take those interpersonal skills and apply them to your family. But Clayton, what it feels like, did not have them. And maybe as a mama's boy or couldn't say no to mom in a way that Clayton's sister was like, oh, I absolutely can. Easily. She crazy, you know? I don't understand the minute. Oh, shit. I feel bad for people who have to take care of their parents financially or emotionally. I agree. okay, let me say this. I feel bad for people that have to take care of other people, and where they feel like they can't live their lives. There are parents though that like have given a lot of love and stability to their children, and then so when time comes when they need love and stability, like I can't wait to be there for my dad in that way, and I I'm not alone. There's a lot of people that like, have that or whatever, but there's also parents that did not give that or could not give that. And then also when they might need or expect it back, the child that they raised with the trauma of having not a mentally stable parent within that parent provided them trauma that they have now had to deal with. And so the energy and facilities to overcome where they are in order to like have successful interpersonal relationships and stuff requires them to have a boundary. And the boundary is I have to take care of myself because I know that you won't, never have. So I know now that you never could, never have. I need to, especially in relationship with you, because when it comes to you, I have been shown that I have to take care of you, but I cannot. You didn't take care of me, and I now have to take care of me. You have to take care of yourself or find someone fucking else to. That's what it is. The thing with the minister is that Clayton won't plan, and so he think and I guess Indiana law is that anyone can be a minister, so he just thinks that he can just show up and just like be like, you, okay, I don't know you. Like he doesn't want to like have it be a thing. So, and I think that Clayton's sister finds that to be insufferable for her. Anyway, so yeah, Justin and Nikki, it's hard, yeah, the Justin and Nikki thing, my biggest point that I said on the podcast that I say this is that I wish we could have better conversations and more time spent with more interesting conversations than what we've been given with certain people, and definitely Justin and Nikki. So much time for Justin and Nikki has spent on Nikki's, not happy with Justin's fucking of her. And that has, been so loud over the 14 episodes that it's become like unwatchable. And what I wished we could have are more nuanced conversations with Nikki, a transgendered female, male to female, and Igor, who has only changed his name and his nose. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. No, a cisgender heterosexual man. I wish we could have conversations of gender and sexuality within that life, within the bigger scope also of Eastern and like Western ideas of like male and female roles and relationships. Like we keep hinting at these conversations, like when Justin has a conversation with his friend and he has got to be like more man. And his friend's like, yes, because you have to be more man because females are so manipulative. And he's like, yes, females are so manipulative. So man, I have to be more manly and just tell her what to do, what I want, and that we'll have a threesome. If I want threesome, man says threesome. Like that's ridiculous, right? And I love the idea of being able to like have a conversation of what Eastern ideas of Moldovan, sexuality and genderhood is. But every time Nikki has a conversation with some random lady that she, like a nail technician, it's much more over whether Moldovan men fuck women. They like to fuck women. It's like, God. And whether he's not fucking me. I just like, I feel like we're missing so much. We're getting these like dumb kind of like micro, it's like having shitty energy bars and never having a full meal. I want more info on Igor's fake name. Like Justin, like who calls him this? Like, do his friends all call him Justin? I mean, that person's Instagram is wild. It just is like, it is so his Instagram is for all intents and purposes, a little slightly more subtle version of the male version of like Natalie's Instagram, which is modeling-esque shots that are hyper filtered and wanting so bad to be already a star. Like, he has videos of him like in a, looks like some weird photo shoot, like in a bunch of flowers that go super bloom. If you had taken out him and put Natalie in the exact same pictures, it would make sense. It's this like, it's a great aesthetic. It's just this, yeah, it's the idea, the perception of fame through the idea of a super Eastern European person who also desperately wants fame and therefore is slightly unhinged, right? What's crazy is Jess and Igor berated her and she was more submissive in the following scene. He's going to keep using that tactic. Yeah. I feel like Nikki comes off as abrupt. She doesn't ease into conversation, doesn't have the ability to read the room. Absolutely. Like, Teresa, if we were to bring up the relationship dynamics of one Sarper and Shaneka, what's her name? Shekinah. Shekinah. Oh my God, I forgot her name. Shekinah and Sarper. That is a very, like that is the kind of idea of what I feel like Igor thinks when he thinks like masculine man, Sarper, like how would Nikki react if she was told what to do in a Shekinah way? Could you imagine a scene between Sarper and Nikki? Wouldn't, like, I would, this is the kind of conversation that I would love to have. Like, don't worry. I don't know what you can hear. It feels like 1 billion things are happening. It feels like I've been playing, by the way, sorry, a low key, like ASMR or whatever, like sound effects filter of just the life of a city dweller. But no, it's actually all real. Wouldn't you? I would love to see. That's what made the best part of the tell-all was getting to the dynamics of relationships, because the truth of the matter is we all want different things and we all have different qualities, and we all think that we give off different things, but our energy could be different. So, God, I love it so much. Nikki would not put up with it. She does not want to be told how to dress or do her makeup. Shekinah is completely unwatchable. If he was giving her the eggplant, she would love the hypermasculine behavior. Oh, see, I love it so much. I love this conversation. If Nikki was getting dicked down by a hot fucking piece and all she had to do was listen to every word he said, and she didn't have to pay for him, it would change the dynamic. One whole part of the Nikki Justin thing is that she paid so much for him. It just, when that happens, when it throws off, I mean, it makes it hard, because it's like dynamically things feel different. I know a lot of Ukrainian women and Russian women, and now just a basket case. I do. You know what? Yes, I agree, Ramsterdam. I definitely don't want to make it seem like I think all Eastern European people are a certain way and or like her, or Eastern European women are like Natalie. Absolutely not. I think that I was trying to say that, like, the idea that she's unhinged is the idea of how badly she wants fame, / she thinks that she's famous, / it's this like ego thing that and here's the thing. She is famous. She's famous. She's more famous than me, more famous than you. But the idea of what she thinks fame looks like and what it means for her is a certain very easily seeable thing on her Instagram that warrants a certain amount of mental instability. It's all playing at something, and I think that we're also at the tail end of people being drawn through the social media aspects of someone like this. I don't know about you, but having said that, I'm not saying I would continue following Natalie because I do think that she creates authentic content on her Instagram that is very much her, in the sense that I think that she is putting out her idea of her, which, because it's so specifically hilarious to me, I enjoy it. It's entertaining. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Well, my loves, we've come to an end, and I've just been staring at this sandwich this whole time. And even though I told you the bread's too much, I'm starving. I gotta eat. But I really love you so much, and I'm so happy that you spent any amount of time with me. I'm gonna have one more bite while I listen. Tell me what your last little thoughts are. Should I take off my mics? I don't want you to hear this. I just want to enjoy it. We're gonna do our stuff and everything. Oh, why are you just coming in now? Jesus Christ. Here. Hi. You just said Jersey Mike's. Yes. Oh shit. How did everything go? How are you starving closely? Really starving? You want to eat? It just feels like you emptiness. Or are you particularly hungry? You have to start trying to really isolate. And having said that, I'm no good at it. But how are you feeling? I can't wait to find out. Yeah, like I remember when I first had my sleeve, I wasn't hungry. So yeah, I really didn't eat much. A lot of liquids. Plus, you had like couldn't eat. You're just like eating like you can't eat. You're like the first one's liquids, and then you're like soft foods, pureed foods, and soft foods. Ugh. I loved like cottage cheesy soft eggs with like cheese. I got like pub cheese, and it would just like mix it in with eggs. That was so good. I made like soft baked ricotta. It was like layered ricotta with like parmesan. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. And then tomato sauce, and then melted mozzarella cheese on top. Maybe you make it in little like muffin tins. You put it in the fridge, or you put it in the oven. I was really miserable the first week. Oh no. Yeah, we know that, but how are you? God, my heart aches. I'm so sorry. But I'm hoping that you're feeling better now. I can't believe you're starving. I mean, I guess everyone's different. I wasn't hungry, but I think that I missed the idea of eating. I just felt like, what do you do? Like, oh, just feels crazy. But then, like post this, it's very easy to gain weight. So, I'm 5 years out, 6 years out. It's crazy. Getting more used to it now. Bruised like a peach. Oh, babe. Yeah. God, though. I think I lost like 40 pounds the first month. Yeah, because you're just like having only liquid. Anyway, I love you. I'm sorry, but I'm happy that you're moving through it. And also, thank you so much for coming in anytime. Always happy to have you. I just get sad when people come in like right when I'm about to leave. Feels like I haven't given them enough, but thank you for rewatching. Flower lotus. Tomato soup is my go-to food now. Yeah, the baked ricotta and cheesy eggs. I obviously like salty things. Or soup's yum. Soup's yum. All right, my babes. Let's do our breath work. We're gonna, breathe it all out. We are having, a great week. We are in the middle of a great week. We are accomplishing our goals with grace and compassion for ourselves at the same time. We are moving through this life, taking care of ourselves so that we can take care of others, taking care of ourselves so that we can be warm and kind to others, taking care of ourselves so that we can share as much love throughout our day as much as we can while still having energy for ourselves. It's a balance, but the more that we do the things we can that feed us, the more we can give to others. And I think that the self-care part sometimes misses that last part, which is it's not just about sleeping well or not just about canceling plans to take care of yourself and not just about not taking care of a parent or whatever. It's about taking care of yourself so that you can adequately take care of others. And so finding that balance of what you may need is one thing, but then also making sure that when you have it, you are extending a certain amount of lovable grace to others. I guess to me, that means when I'm good at it is taking the time to be with someone in a moment with eye contact and warmth and or a smile if they have a question, or if I can tell I don't know, if I can tell that I can be of some service. Sometimes I feel like a great amount of service I can give someone is a non-sexual intimate connection in that moment. And myself, of course, you know? I love you. I scared my boyfriend when I screamed Chris during a Modern Family. Thank you so much. Yay. I'm glad. Good for you, honey. Good for you. Yay. I'm so happy I'm back too. Yeah, I really always appreciate any amount of time that you guys spend with me and or all of your thoughts. I'm a social worker. I think we need to have empathy and caring. After a time, some people get jaded in social work positions. I can only imagine. I can only imagine, Lisa. Sincerely, thank you for your work because that's fucking Lord's work shit. Yeah. The amount of boundaries and compartmentalization tactics that you and or whatever you can do to sort of give up yourself, but then also have a way in order for you to release burdens and be in your own life. That's a lot of fucking work. I think I saw you on that show Superstore. You did. Maybe. I've taken care of both my parents until they passed away. The guilt is thinking I've never done enough. Yeah. It's really beautiful. I'm assuming also that for you to say such a thing, I'm assuming that your parents also both were incredibly human and loving to their capacity parents back to you. It was hard to deal with bed bugs and hoarding homeless people every day. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot, and you want to be also grateful for your own privilege, and especially I have a lot of privilege in the sense of And yeah, I'm sitting in my apartment right now and just like live streaming with you in the middle of the day. I've never had bed bugs. I have like this place, and if I want to go into my dad's, I have a whole other home I can go to anytime. God bless. Okay, let's do our breath. Okay, getting all out. Love you, Flower Lotus. Getting it in. One more because it feels so good. My heart is with you guys. I want you to have a great week. So take care of yourselves and one another. Stand up for what you believe and make art, okay? Even if it's just like a really yummy dinner, even if your art is literally a sandwich, which you made, which isn't perfect because the bread is awkwardly too big and you cannot fit it in your mouth, but it does taste good, all right? Talk to you later, friends. Bye.